Most people over 60 are told to rely on calcium pills for strong bones. But here's the surprising truth. Your daily meals can provide just as much calcium, often in a form your body absorbs better. And unlike supplements, natural foods bring along other bone-friendly nutrients like vitamin K, magnesium, and protein, creating a team that works together to protect your bones. Why does this matter so much after 60? Because bone health becomes one of our greatest concerns. Weak bones raise the risk of fractures, slower recovery, and even losing independence. That's why calcium is so important. But the good news is, you don't have to depend only on pills. Imagine if your everyday foods quietly supplied the calcium you need, without the side effects, without worrying about drug interactions, and without the cost of endless bottles. From leafy greens and crunchy seeds to humble fish and fortified favorites, there are delicious and simple options that may surprise you. In this video, I'll show you the very best calcium-rich foods, both dairy and non-dairy. You'll discover some overlooked heroes, learn how to reach your daily needs through real meals, and finally clear up the biggest myths around supplements. Stay with me, and by the end you'll have a clear, food-first action plan to keep your bones stronger. Naturally, after the age of 60, our bones naturally lose density. It's a quiet process that often goes unnoticed until something serious happens. A small fall leading to a fracture, or a lingering back pain caused by weakening vertebrae. This is why calcium becomes such a cornerstone of health as we get older. It's not just about numbers on a nutrition label. It's about maintaining independence, mobility, and confidence in everyday life. Calcium is the mineral that keeps the skeleton strong, but it also plays a hidden role in muscles, nerves, and even heart function. When our diet doesn't supply enough, the body borrows calcium from the bones, gradually leaving them fragile. That's why seniors are at a much higher risk of osteoporosis, where bones become brittle and prone to break. The statistics can sound frightening, but here's the encouraging side. With the right habits, this decline can be slowed down significantly. Many people assume the only solution is taking supplements, but science shows that calcium from food is often better absorbed and better balanced, especially when paired with natural partners like vitamin D from sunlight or protein from daily meals. In fact, some large studies suggest that food-first approaches may even be safer, avoiding potential risks linked to very high-dose supplements. Think of it this way. Each meal can either drain your bones or build them up. Choosing calcium-rich foods turns breakfast, lunch, and dinner into quiet protectors of your strength. It means walking with more confidence, reducing the fear of falls, and continuing to enjoy the activities you love. And the best part, these foods are already familiar, affordable, and often delicious. So before we dive into the list of the best sources, remember this: calcium isn't just a nutrient. It's your long-term insurance for freedom and vitality. And nature has already packed it into foods that can easily fit into your daily plate. When most people think of calcium, they immediately picture a glass of milk. And yes, dairy is a classic source. 1 cup of milk provides about 300 milligrams of calcium, roughly a quarter of your daily needs. Yogurt and cheese are also excellent, often giving you even more in a smaller serving. For those who enjoy dairy, these foods remain a reliable, tasty way to keep bones strong. Low-fat or plain yogurt, for example, adds not just calcium but also protein and probiotics for gut health. But what if milk doesn't agree with you, or you prefer to avoid it? Here's the good news. Nature offers many alternatives. Leafy greens like kale, collard greens, and bok choy are packed with calcium that your body can actually absorb quite well. Spinach, while high in calcium on paper, is less efficient because it contains compounds called oxalates, but the other greens do a great job. A single cup of cooked collards can deliver over 250 milligrams. Seeds and nuts are another hidden treasure. Just a tablespoon of chia seeds or sesame seeds can add meaningful calcium to your diet. And almonds bring both calcium and magnesium, 2 minerals that work together to build bone. These are simple foods you can sprinkle over breakfast, mix into salads, or enjoy as snacks without much effort. And let's not forget beans and lentils. White beans, chickpeas, and black beans all contain calcium while also giving you fiber and plant protein. They make hearty soups, stews, or side dishes that nourish well beyond just bone strength. For those who enjoy plant-based milks, many are fortified with calcium to match or even surpass dairy milk. Almond milk, soy milk, and oat milk can provide similar levels if you choose the fortified versions. Just check the label. These can be especially helpful for people who are lactose intolerant. By mixing both dairy and non-dairy options, you get variety, taste, and balance. A breakfast of fortified oatmeal with chia seeds, a lunch salad topped with kale and chickpeas, and an evening meal that includes a small piece of cheese or yogurt. For dessert, that alone could supply most of the calcium you need in a day. The key takeaway is this: calcium doesn't belong to dairy alone. The moment you open your mind to a broader plate, you discover endless ways to strengthen your bones naturally. And these foods bring more than just calcium. They deliver vitamins, protein, and fiber that supplements can never match. Beyond the obvious choices like milk and kale, there are some surprising foods that quietly carry a calcium punch. These are the underdogs of nutrition, the ones many people overlook, but that can make a real difference when you're trying to reach your daily goal. One powerful group is small fish eaten with their bones. Sardines and canned salmon, for example, may not be glamorous, but they're loaded with calcium. Just 3 ounces of sardines can give you more than 300 milligrams. And because you eat the soft bones, your body absorbs it well. Add in their natural vitamin D and omega-3 fats, and you've got a food that supports both bones and heart in one simple serving. Another hero is tofu, especially when made with calcium salts. During processing, half a block can provide as much calcium as a glass of milk. For those who enjoy stir-fries, soups, or even smoothies, tofu is a versatile way to boost calcium intake without relying on dairy. Seeds deserve another spotlight here. While we mentioned them briefly, sesame seeds in particular stand out. Tahini, a paste made from sesame, is common in Mediterranean cuisine and can be spread on bread or whisked into dressings. Just 2 tablespoons carry about 130 milligrams of calcium. Combine that with chickpeas in hummus, and you've got a double boost. Dark leafy greens beyond kale such as mustard greens, turnip greens, and even watercress are also rich in calcium. These often get less attention, but are easy to add to soups, stews, or simply sautéed with garlic. They bring along vitamin C and other antioxidants, making them a nutrient-dense side dish. Fortified foods are another modern ally. Orange juice, certain breakfast cereals, and even some breads are fortified with calcium. While they shouldn't be the sole source, they can fill gaps in a simple, convenient way. For example, 1 glass of fortified orange juice may give as much calcium as a glass of milk, plus vitamin C for better absorption. What makes these hidden heroes so valuable is that they fit seamlessly into meals you may already enjoy. Sardines on toast, hummus with vegetables, tofu stir-fry, or fortified cereal with fruit. None of these feel like medicine, yet each one quietly strengthens your bones. The lesson here is simple. Calcium isn't limited to the foods you grew up being told about. By broadening your choices, you discover tasty, cultural, and affordable options that help you stay strong. And because these foods often come with extra nutrients like protein, fiber, and healthy fats, they support your overall health in ways a pill never can. If this video is giving you new ideas, I'd love to hear from you. What's your favorite calcium-rich food so far? Or maybe you've discovered your own secret ingredient that helps keep your bones strong. Share it in the comments. I read everyone, and your tips could help someone else in this community. And if you're finding this helpful, please take a second to tap the like button. It tells YouTube that this kind of health advice matters, and it helps more people over 60 find videos that can make a real difference. Finally, don't forget to subscribe to Senior Vik Health. Every week we bring you practical, science-backed health tips, explained simply, so you can stay active and independent for longer. Now that we've covered the best sources, let's put them together into a simple, doable plan. Most adults over 60 need around 200 milligrams of calcium each day. That may sound like a lot, but when you break it down into meals, it becomes very manageable. Start with breakfast. A bowl of fortified oatmeal made with soy or almond milk, topped with a spoonful of chia seeds, can already give you 300 to 400 milligrams. Add a handful of almonds on the side, and you're off to a strong start before the day even begins. At lunch, build a colorful salad with kale or collard greens as the base. Toss in chickpeas or white beans, sprinkle sesame seeds, and maybe add a slice of cheese or a dollop of yogurt-based dressing. That single meal could contribute another 400 milligrams or more, while also bringing fiber and protein. For dinner, consider a piece of salmon or sardines served with sautéed greens. Not only will you get calcium from the fish bones and vegetables, but also vitamin D and omega-3s, which help your body use that calcium effectively. Round out the meal with fortified orange juice or whole grain bread. That's enriched with calcium, and you'll easily cross the daily target. Snacks can be your secret weapon. A small cup of yogurt, a smoothie blended with tofu, or even hummus with vegetable sticks adds hundreds of milligrams across the day without feeling heavy. By the time you head to bed, your bones will have been fed consistently from morning to night. The key is variety. Don't depend on a single food. Spread calcium sources across meals, so your body absorbs it in steady amounts. This also makes eating more enjoyable and balanced. And remember, calcium works best with partners. Get vitamin D from safe sun exposure or fortified foods, and make sure you have enough protein to help your body actually build and repair bone. When you look at it this way, the daily calcium goal is not a burden. It's simply a pattern of smart choices. And once it becomes a habit, it no longer feels like health management. It just feels like eating well. When it comes to calcium, there are a lot of myths that can cause confusion. Let's clear up the biggest ones. Myth 1. You must drink milk every day or your bones will suffer. Not true. Milk is a good source, but it's not the only one. Many cultures with low dairy intake still maintain strong bones by relying on greens, beans, seeds, and fish. If you enjoy milk, keep it. But if you don't, you still have plenty of options. Myth 2. Supplements are always better than food. Actually, your body often absorbs calcium more effectively from food. Plus, food gives you bonus nutrients like magnesium and vitamin K that pills don't. Supplements can help if you truly can't reach your needs with diet, but they should support, not replace real meals. Myth 3. Spinach is the best calcium food. Spinach looks great on paper, but much of its calcium is locked up by oxalates, making it harder to absorb. Other greens like kale, collards, and bok choy are better choices for bone health. Myth 4. The more calcium you take, the stronger your bones will be. More isn't always better. In fact, very high doses of supplements may be linked to kidney stones or heart issues. What your body needs is balance. Enough calcium spread throughout the day, combined with vitamin D, protein, and regular movement. FAQ. What if I'm lactose intolerant? Good news. You don't have to miss out. Fortified plant milks, leafy greens, beans, tofu, and small fish all provide plenty of calcium. Yogurt and certain hard cheeses are often easier to digest. 2. By separating fact from fiction, you can see that calcium isn't about one food, one pill, or one rule. It's about variety, balance, and consistency. Once you focus on food-first sources, supplements become just an option, not the backbone of your bone health. Strong bones after 60 don't have to depend on a pill bottle. From dairy and greens to seeds, fish, and fortified favorites, calcium-rich foods are everywhere, delicious, affordable, and easy to enjoy daily. By choosing variety and balance, you give your body the best chance to stay active and independent for years to come. If you found this helpful, please like the video, subscribe to Senior Vik Health, and share your biggest takeaway in the comments. Let's keep building stronger bones and healthier lives together.